sharing all those details. Viewers, we're tracking more developments from the capital. We're being told that the Delhi police has announced the formation of Shishtachar Anti-Eve Teasing Squads, which will soon patrol public places across the national capital to enhance women's safety. Now, these squads have been instructed to focus strictly on enforcing the law rather than imposing personal or cultural morality on individuals. The initiative aims to curb crime against women, including eve teasing, molestation and other forms of harassment. The squad shall use a multifaceted approach: prevention, intervention and victim assistance. Before we move further, let's in fact take you through some of the key details that I have on my system over here, requesting the crew upstairs to showcase this on your screens. Yes, right here. So the anti-eve teasing squads are going to be dedicated units formed by the Delhi police to combat eve teasing in public spaces. If you can adjust the screen a little bit, I believe some of the text is getting cut at the bottom, if our PCR crew can do that. Secondly, Delhi's anti-eve teasing squad will be spread across districts, and each of Delhi police's 15 police districts will have its own Shishtachar squad. Yes, right there, it's adjusted. Alright, Delhi's anti-eve teasing squads will typically comprise of 12 to 15 personnel, which includes one inspector who's going to be the squad leader, one sub-inspector, 8 constables, which will include 4 women and 1 technical expert. The squad will be supervised by Assistant Commissioners of Police from Crime Against Women Cell. The squad shall also patrol public areas such as educational institutions, metro stations, markets and other high footfall zone. They will also conduct surprise checks on public transport, engage with drivers, conductors and passengers, and each squad shall use a multifaceted approach, as I stated earlier, including prevention, intervention and victim assistance. As far as the resources available are concerned, 4-wheelers and 2-wheelers are there for mobility. My colleague Mendi Garg with us on the broadcast to share more details. Mendi, interesting initiative by the Delhi police this time around. They're forming anti-eve teasing squads in order to protect women in the national capital who are often victims of eve teasing.
Well, indeed, we are in a major step towards making Delhi's public spaces safer for women. The Delhi police has launched the Shishtachar Anti-Eve Teasing Squads, and this is a very interesting initiative that has been taken by the Delhi police. And these dedicated teams also, Pia, will patrol key areas, identify offenders, and also take swift action against harassment, including eve teasing and molestation. And how will the Shishtachar squad work in each district in Delhi? There will be at least 2 squads supervised by the ACP and its PAW cell of the concerned district, and these teams will play a major role in work in preventing the crimes that are happening on the streets of the Delhi. And the squad will consist of 1 inspector, 1 sub-inspector, that can be male or female. Apart from that, 4 female police officers, constable, head constable, ASI will be also in this squad. And not only this, Pia, but also 5 male police officers will also be there on the squad. 1 technical assistance officer from special staff, AATS, and each squad will have a 4-wheeler for mobility as well. And also, Pia, the Shishtachar squads will follow a well-defined action plan to identify, prevent and also deter cases of the harassment. And it will do hotspot surveillances, surprise checks, and plain closed officers will be there for the surprise checks, and also daily patrolling will be happening, and public transport vigilance will also happen as per this squad. And the community engagement, where the collaboration with the RWAs, the market welfare associations and local volunteers will also be done to increase the vigilance and also identify more unsafe areas. And also, Pia, the empathy-driven policing, as in the officers that will be selected for these squads will be trained in a particular way to handle cases sensitively, and also to ensure that victims are not subjected to unnecessary public scrutiny as well. And while enforcing these strict actions, Pia, against the offenders, the Shishtachar squads will also focus on, the legal measures rather than imposing cultural or moral restrictions, but they will focus on the legal measures that should be taken against the offenders. And a suggestive list of list of legal provisions rather will also be invoked in cases of sexual harassment, and which will be provided to the courts for effective action. So, Priya, with the rising concerns over women's safety in the national capital, the Shishtachar Anti-Eve Teasing Squad will aim majorly on the public spaces to make them more secure, and the initiative seeks not to just punish the offenders but also to deter crimes against women proactively in the national capital. Yes, Pia.
All right, thank you for joining us, Mandy, sharing all those